Hey guys, what up? It's Bradu. I'm gonna share my newest pickup. Yeah, this will be a fun one. So, if you've seen any of my recent videos, you probably have seen already that I picked up a few of these. 1961 Fleer, and heard why. The story is when my dad was a kid, he had some of these. So when I was a kid, I found he had given away most of his cards, but I did find a shoebox in his basement of cards from 59 and 61, and there was a stack of these. So I've always liked the look of these cards, and they definitely have a nostalgic quality to me because of that. And so when I started seeing them in the quarter pins at the card show and deciding I was going to go into vintage, I was like, man, I'm just going to start picking up these cards from this set anytime I can find them cheap. And in time, hopefully put together a set just of super beat up cards. I mean, yeah, okay. Lombardi, I don't even know who that is. Vince, Steve, Lombardi. I should know. Tommy Bridges, pretty cracked up. Kiner actually is a nice one. Nice-ish. Anyway, so I'd been picking those up. Oh, and Ty Cobb was the big one I picked up, actually. I didn't pay 20, but I paid 20 for this and another card that was like $8 or something. So I was just kind of thinking I'd pick away at it. Well, my new favorite local seller, John, that I bought a couple recent collections from, collections, lots. I guess I'd call them lots because he digs out a box and it's all usually has some kind of a theme or, from a certain era or set or sport. Uh, he posted up, and it's funny, I keep talking to him, like trying to tell him what I'm interested in, thinking maybe he'll say, oh, hey, I found this. What do you think? No. He doesn't do it that way. I wonder if he's just got a lot of guys like me at this point who are all saying that. So he just posts them up. So I've been practically obsessively checking to see what he posts. And the other night, uh, he posts up this lot. Well, I guess I'm going to show you, so spoiler alert. You know what's going to happen here. I don't know how well this will show on the camera, because my camera's a little too close. But basically, oh shit, I gotta be careful there. I want to drop actually cards. Basically, it's not a set, but it is a near set of these, and in mostly pretty nice shape, like this. This one actually came from the stack I just showed you that I found out of a quarter bin, but it was one of the missing ones. So they're in order. The missing cards have a space for me to put them when I get them. So here's kind of how that story went. And then I'll go through this binder a little bit and show you what I ended up with. Um, I actually sold off some cards the last 2-3 nights, twice to the same guy, which was also kind of funny. And it was mostly out of stuff that I had just spent money on from this guy, John. And so I was like, oh, good. Like I told my wife, like I feel good about those purchases now because I just made a good chunk of the money back while keeping the stuff that I really wanted out of those lots, which is usually how I do things if I'm buying, a lot or a collection. It's like I think I can make some money or at least make my money back and still keep the stuff I want. That's how I determine if something's a good enough buy for me to go for it, I guess. And so she had given me 300, 300. She had given me 300, 350, $350. That's what it was. She had given me $350 over the course of a few days, and I had spent most of it on a couple lots from him, 3 lots, I guess. And I just was like, "Here you go, honey. Here's your 350 back." And then I got on my phone, and sure enough, here's this lot, and it was marked 375, and I was like, hey, honey, you still got that 350 I just handed you? But I got to tell you, she was a rock star about it. She was a really good sport. She took one look at the picture I showed her, and she goes, "Isn't that the set you're collecting?" And I was like, yeah. Or you're trying to collect? She goes, well, get it. Like, just kind of no question. She's like, Father's Day is coming up. I didn't know what to get you anyway. I want to get you cards because I know that's what you like, but I have no idea where to start. Get it. Happy Father's Day. Here's the money back, basically. Ah, shit. Sorry. So anyway, this is not the most popular set because it's a little bit. I mean, I think it's a standard below your Topps regular issue sets. It's a baseball greats set from 1961, so it's mostly, not all, because I know Ted Williams is in here, but mostly guys who are already retired and potentially Hall of Famers by this point, way back in the mid 50s. So it's kind of that's one of the things I liked about it. It's very affordable in the big picture for 61. I might have said 59. There's a 60 set that's Ted Williams. No, there's a 59 set that's Ted Williams Fleer. 60 is like this. I like this design of 61 a lot better because that's the ones I saw. So anyway, real nice shape. Let's pull out the cards. Most of the cards in here are about like this. They're not. It's not gem mint, but man, for a 1961 card, we're looking at sharp corners, no creases. Most of them. The ones that are really bad in here, it's because I put them in here like that. Like I said, that came out of the corner bin, but it was an empty space. So for right now, it's just going to be a placeholder. But what a neat set. It's got Ty Cobb. So I showed you I've already got the Ty Cobb, but this one is, I think, a little better than the one I got. That one's got a crease. So I did put a list of, guys I'm going to have to replace here, and that's okay. So there's 150 some cards in the set. There's 125 Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig. Okay. Lou Gehrig, I was reading the stats on this. I didn't realize, he died so young. It's crazy. I guess there is Lou Gehrig's disease, so it makes sense. What are the chances he gets the disease that's got the same name as him? It's terrible. Let's see. Rogers Hornsby. That was one of the ones that I put in here too. But it's actually in decent enough shape, but you can see it's worn more than most of these. So you can't see. The color is just not as crisp as these other ones. So I might upgrade that one, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Damn, I'm going to bump this every time I flip a page, aren't I? Ralph Kiner, and I got two of those because I just showed you him in that. Oh, so this was, see, there's a few that are kind of like this that have some gunk. I guess it's the same as today, a wax card, right? Today. By today, I mean, modern cards, modern-ish, junk era cards. Oh, here's the Babe. Here we go. So we did, it's got the Tris speaker. Boy, this is still, there's Babe up there. Now, Babe is not one of the better condition cards. It's got tape. It's the best card in the set. I'm just happy it's there. I hope to upgrade it at some points. Sisler, that's Tris speaker here. So it's 150 some card set, 125 here. It was in two series. This is the start of the second series. This is the checklist card for Series 2, Sisler and Trainer. And the high number cards are a little more rare and a little more valuable. Just in terms of the commons, like commons in the low series list for $3 Beckett, and in the high series list for $8. And I was pretty thrilled to see that every single high number card is in here. A couple of them need an upgrade like that. Jimmy Collins here. But they're all here. So that was a big plus because I didn't know exactly what I was getting. I got a few pictures. It said there was 180 some cards. So that means 125 unique and another, 60 some dupes. Something like that. Like I said, overall really nice. I feel like maybe every page has about one card that needs an upgrade, so most of the cards are in nice shape. Knapp is one of the kind of better ones. And we're getting to the very end of the set, I think. And the other thing I didn't know is what there would be duplicates of, and I just sort of assumed the duplicates would probably be mostly commons. There's Pie Trainer. Nice one. And I was not correct on that. There's Honus Wagner. You know, he's got some valuable cards. And then at the bottom here, we got Ted Williams, Cy Young. Now, they both probably need an upgrade. Cy's got a crease. Williams has the wax. But, like I said, I was just happy to see, out of all this set, there were really only 2 key cards missing, and that's card number 1, the checklist, with Ty Cobb and a couple others on it. And then Christy Mathewson. So then it flips, and so I'm going to flip the whole book. And then there's a start of a second set, which I probably am going to use these cards to sell or trade to try to help me complete the first set. But I was pretty thrilled to see that the second set had another Ty Cobb. So I actually have 3 of those. And a Tris Speaker, and a Sisler and Trainer. That's the checklist, right? So we're already into the high numbers, I think. The cards with 2. I guess it's because there was a couple empty ones there. Speaker. So here we go. Now we're into the high numbers. There's actually 2 extras of those. But what you have here is, let's see if I can show it. One of them is marked on the checklist, and the other one is in rough shape. So the first one was marked too. So I've got 3 of those cards, but none of them quite cut it for what I really want to see condition-wise. Now, I'm not usually a condition-sensitive guy. A sensitive guy, not a condition-sensitive guy. But since all of these look so nice, I want to try and complete the set as nice as I can, I think. And it honestly will be kind of a centerpiece of my collection because it hits so many Hall of Famers in one set. It's a legit vintage set, beautiful, affordable, but as a whole set, it's got good value. Any individual card, you're looking at Babe Ruth being the big one, and at over $100, and a few others that are 20, 50, kind of in there. So these are all high number extras. Nap again is a nice duplicate, pretty good shape. Looks like it might be a wax card, hard to say. Yep. And then, honestly, even some of the dupes back here are real nice. Pie Trainer again. It's got a little bit of color or something on it. And then, Ted Williams and Cy Young, both duplicates, both wax. Both waxy, but even still, like, obviously not commons. So I was really thrilled with the set to begin with, the fact that I had the opportunity to get it and have this kind of near set already all put together nice and neat, and then not knowing what was going to be in the set, to find that a lot of the dupes were good cards, that almost all the cards that are key cards in the set were there, and that all the high numbers are there. I'm like, man, I'm off to a real nice start toward collecting this set. And I've already been in touch with a couple local guys I know. My friend James, who's actually a close friend of mine, but also happens to be a card dealer, said he's got some. And then one of the guys, actually the guy that I've been buying out of the quarter bins, has got some nicer ones. This came from him, kind of, but not Cobb. And so I emailed him, and he said he'd kind of go through the list and see what he's got to help me out too. So I'm just super pumped about this set. I think it's the nicest thing in my collection, probably besides my Jordan rookie. And I now have the Nolan Ryan rookie too, and a Mike Ditka rookie that's staring at me that I haven't put away yet. That's my next thing to do, is put some of these cards away right after I finish this video, because I shot a video with those but haven't shown it yet, so I don't know which you'll see first. Don't always do it in chronological order. So ultimately I'll be looking for a nice Babe Ruth from this set, but it's not my first concern. I think my first concern will be completing the set and then trying to work on upgrading. And I just think it's a great set to have. And my I call him my father-in-law. He isn't really, but for all intents and purposes, he is. He's having some health issues. It's my wife's mom's longtime boyfriend, so he's the kid's grandpa, and he's my father-in-law. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, he's in some poor health and really struggling right now, and it's changed a lot of his outlook on things, and he's become like, we've started chit chatting maybe a little bit more, and he knows I'm really into collecting, and so he's been asking me about cards a lot. And he talks about the cards he used to have as a kid. I don't know that he was a huge collector, but I think he can at least be nostalgic about, oh man, I used to have some really good cards, some Mickey Mantles and whatnot. And I think his mom probably gave him away, decades ago or whatever. And I think he kind of feels bad about that. But when I started a couple months ago getting into the vintage cards, he especially started to go, oh yeah, I can kind of. So he would start asking me like, oh, what'd you get this time, And so I was over there. The guy that I bought these from lives just honestly like a mile or two from him. It's like an hour to drive over there, but then they're a mile or two apart. Um, and I know he was real excited to see what I got, but he had a social worker over there the whole time I was there, so he was in the middle of a conversation and dealing with medical stuff, and I could see the disappointment when he's like, sorry I didn't get to see that. I was like, hey, I'll just bring him back next time I come over. So um, yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for that to have that little bit of bonding experience with him over the cards, even if he's for the most part, I guess, feigning interest. I think he's interested in talking and chatting and finding something we can have in common or whatever. So I think that's really neat. And it flip flops too. The guy that I've been buying from knows that part of the reason I've been over in his area is because my father-in-law is struggling with health, and so he's been asking too how he doing, and he even said, I was thinking about it, and maybe you should try doing. I'm not going to go into the whole story of what he's going through or anything like that, but it was just a really thoughtful and sweet thing for him to even care enough to make a suggestion or ask how he's doing or any of that. So anyway, that's probably enough of that. I got 125. I probably added 5 from this stack. I probably have 130 out of one. I probably need 25 cards from the set. I think counting the cards I'm looking to upgrade, I need 40, slightly over 40 cards. But like I said, first and foremost, I'll worry about filling in all the gaps and then upgrading. So there you go, 1961 Fleer baseball greats. I've been reading the backs a little bit and getting a little history lesson. It's fun stuff. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Brad Ooh.